The wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because of the wonderful things he does. Da 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 da. Cowbells up. How many times do we think you guys have rung this bell, you know? How many times do we think we've rung the bell? Probably about 1,000,000. Alright, probably more than that. So, welcome in. Hey, Mama Bear. First one here. First one here. So, hope you're having a good Easter. Hope everybody got, enough to eat. And whether you had a relaxing day, we're kind of a free spirit nation in here. So we just, I don't, whatever you believe, you can believe. And I'm sure the party will get started. We had, what, about 50 in here last time that I got on. We just had a really good dinner. So I went to go eat with Anthony, and we had just a really great, relaxing, feeling dinner tonight. So, hey, Texas Charm. They know something about the cowbell, I'm sure. What's up? I hope you've had a good day. Oh my God, they're already sitting this which I'm thankful for. Keep them coming. Um, keep them coming, you guys. Keep the battle requests coming. Sometimes I come to just talk to my team, and then sometimes I come and battle. So yeah. So like, don't ever think that you guys can't send me battle requests, and I want that to get out. So we never take those for granted. Hey, Michinga, how are ya? Am I saying your name right? Hey, Casey Lynn. Hey, Jean Marie. Welcoming everybody, everywhere, to the #1 social media app in the world. You're officially on TikTok, or we affectionately call this a female nation. We also believe in one nation, unity, world peace. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Y'all have been fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. We just went and we ate for Easter, and we're very, very full. So wherever you are, I hope your hearts are filled with love. If not, please let us know. We're big about helping people, and mental health is definitely important to us in here. So, and your voices are important. Hey, official. Welcome back. Tiger's here. Tiger likes the bell. Tiger. Somebody told me to be quiet today. You know what I said? B. We're getting a lot of great international battles. Tiger is one of those battles. Make sure that you pick him up. We kind of started the ball rolling, right? On TikTok. As far as we say, you know what? We want to battle everybody in the world. We want to battle Brazil. We want to battle Pakistan. We want to battle everybody. Saudi Arabia. We want to battle everybody, everybody, everybody. And we want to show the world peace and how we can come together. So Tiger is one of those people. Make sure you pick him up. Muhammad will probably be in here soon, right? So make sure you guys pick up our international people that come and support the U.S. And we love everybody. So we're appreciative. And Tiger's up here tapping the screen. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Everybody. How about that? Just like that, TikTok still the #1 app in the world. #1 app. Social media app in the world. I'm gonna tell my international friends, USA isn't going out without a fight. We've got 50 companies that want to buy us as of now. As of now. So if you don't know who we are, Jenny Burke, she knows. Shelly knows. So, don't be afraid to come in. My team's a ranked team. Multiple times. These guys are incredible. So the rankings are top 100 in the United States right here. They have gotten top 20 twice. They've hit number one 6 times. 6 times. We like that. We like that spot. So we're gonna dance on it. Leanne, I was introducing you guys. That's why it's important for you guys to be here. Leanne's part of the wonderful Tab Nation that we have. I was trying to introduce you guys, but you guys, multiple ranked team right here in the United States, and they deserve this. All right, this is their team. So I just went and had a really great dinner with Anthony, and I heard that a lot of people wanted to talk to us in boxes, so feel free to do that. Feel free to get your battles in. We're a team that loves, so I really want to battle new people, and we're with the new tick. We're not the new kids on the block, but we're bringing the new generation up to the ranks. So we really like battling new people, new cultures, new everything. So just be nice to everybody everywhere, especially in the chat. But this team was built with love, and it's gonna stay that way. Okay, so 1 second. I gave them an introduction. They liked the introduction. This team right here, dang, like this. I think they're the hardest working team on TikTok, actually. Top Nation's here. Dream Maker's part of that. Leanne's part of that. Oh, did I tell you? They've hit number one 6 times out of 170 million. Let's go. 170 million. So, I'm going to introduce them like that. They like that, okay? Tab Nation leads the world in triples, not doubles. They lead them in triples. So this is the 6th page. They don't like excuses. They don't like excuses, all right? So whether you give them 27,000 to play with or you give them 1,300, they can rank pretty quickly on this app. So tell them not to and they'll go do it, right? So Dream Maker, thank you. Right now, Dreammaker MVP, Tiger MVP. We're changing things up on the app if that's okay. We just didn't like it. We didn't like it. And since we're the most watched in the world now, I was like, let's make it worth watching. So there's a lot of new TikTokers coming in. There's a lot of people that want to battle the USA friendly overseas. So we're gonna just open up the playbook and we're gonna make battling very exciting again. So I don't know what they're doing up here, but we're gonna move them. So Dream Maker's excited about that. Pagan Witch, what's up? All right, y'all. My team, if you want to know how smart they are, they know probably every account on the app. So they I don't know what they do, but they know every account on the app. They keep it safe. So if you got an issue or a problem, if you're getting bullied, cyber stuff, come in here, let me know. They'll take a look at it really quickly. So Dream Maker, thank you. Laura, PDA, Laura. We got 2 Lauras in here. Hey, what's up? Y'all should wait. It says Laura Richard. Okay, I read that wrong. So we got 1 Laura in here. So how's everybody doing? I don't know. Anthony's here. They wanted to talk to us in the boxes, so Anthony got in the box. I can't really tell you guys without telling you that I don't know. I'm engaged to the best cyber on the app. So, he found my cyber stalkers. He has a gift for that, and I'm gonna marry him. So, he when he speaks loudly on the app, which just means he kind of put me back together with my female nation after just some crap happened, and now everybody's kind of like, what the heck? So But I'm not gonna say your name right, and I apologize to all my international countries. I can barely speak English, so thank you for your support for the United States. I know all eyes are on your United States TikTokers right now, and don't believe that TikTok is going dark on Easter Sunday. That is a lie. Y'all got to get some of these people that are saying this off the app. They're giving us TikTok anxiety for no reason. So, yeah, and people that are saying this stuff, you're losing like all credibility on this app. Like that, I don't know if you guys are doing it for views or if you think you know what you're talking about, but like y'all got to get that stuff together. So you'll hear a lot of what I call rumors about TikTok, and right now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of good news. Is that okay? All right, you got 50 companies in the United States that are wanting to save TikTok. So it's not just one person. 50 United States companies are begging for the chance to buy TikTok. So that's the reason that it may be taking a little bit longer for TikTok. So all this stuff that's going around about, Heidi, thank you for coming back. Heidi, can you get this party started? Heidi knows what to do. Can you tap the screen? I do not understand why you there you go. Heidi brought the party. This is Dreammaker does not understand either. But they're on this like white on rice. So is Heidi. This is their team. This is their team. And y'all, guess what? We got 0 bands. We have no fragments. All of that is fixed. Thank you, Lord. So this team has been banned, 90 times? 90, over probably 90 to 100 times. Thank you, TikTok. Finally. All right, so that's big. Doja with the likes. I see you. Thank you. But the Female Nation said it's our team. Leave us alone. So, this is the hardest working team that I've ever seen on TikTok. It's the closest team that you'll ever get to having a family. And we're just glad that you're here. This is their team. I'm just in the box. I can't make a decision without them, and I'm really thankful for them. Thank you, Dodgers. Dozier. Oh God, if I call you Dodger, it's like the baseball team. So tell me if I'm saying it right. Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate that. You know what? You're smart. I got you already with. You know what? Look at my international love coming in. They must have heard. They must have heard that this ranked TikToker was going to do things a little bit differently in the United States. And I said, screw this. Let's go battle internationally. So that's what we're going to do. So, we got tired of seeing the same stuff too. We got tired of seeing the same stuff too. And I'm going to tell you the reason the USA has a TikTok is because of the females throwing for the guys and the girls on the app. And the international guys know that. They're not dumb. Yeah, they want me to call you those VPNs, right? Y'all are those VPNs. The American guys up here wanted me to say, oh no, we can't battle them. They're a VPN. I'm like, are you serious? We're this close to being a VPN in the United States. Shut up. But the reason is the United States men up here won't battle the international guys because you guys are ready to put it on their head and they don't have an answer. All right. So we're getting lots of battle requests today. Y'all keep sending them to me. I may not take them because sometimes I come in and I make sure that my team's okay, but I will eventually get to them. And it's a lot of people from overseas. Hi, that are watching us right now. Forget the stuff about TikTok going dark tonight. That's ridiculous. That is so stupid. That if anybody, who are these people posting this in the United States? We need to get them out of here. China, it's not us. We did not have anything to do with the tariffs, we just showed up to work and they were like, guess what? I was like, oh shit. So China, make a deal. Make a deal with us. Everybody make a deal. Don't be bullied into making a deal. You know what I mean? Like, do what's best for your country too. So to all the countries that, automatically just get taxed or whatever by Trump, stand up and do what's, make sure it's a good deal for you guys too. So we just want peace. That's all. That's all we want. So TikTokers are like, what the heck? So when we battle, we don't bring that up. We just like to we want everybody in the world to know that we just like world peace. People are okay to believe what they want to believe, and that it's time to rise up in the USA and just set the bar and just say enough, 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 enough of the fighting. Let's just play. Let's have a great time. Unicorn Shot Pops. How are you? TikTok sucks. I hope to God to make it better, and I think Dodger and my international friends are going to bring a lot of excitement to the United States. So that's what I'm wanting. I want to battle the people in other countries, and that's what's going to make it very, very exciting here in the United States. None of this stuff, all right? I love Japan. Y'all wanna play this guy? All right, let's go. Hey, how are you? Hey, I love
Ayo,
Japan. I had to battle you because I liked your name. Where are you from? You
Pakistan.
Pakistan in the house. I think everybody in Pakistan has a TikTok, so welcome. I know I'm loud because I got this, so I'm have ADHD over here in the United States, and I know Pakistan gonna want to beat the US. So thank you for the battle. I love Japan. I love Japan too. I love Pakistan. All right, here we go. All right, guys, let's show them how it's done here in the United States. Let's go. Tap Nation on the board. Muhammad in the house. Tiger, one of our international battles, is here. The famous Tiger. We actually had a conversation, and I said, forget this stuff. Let's battle internationally. We were like, we're so tired of the same battles in our country. Why are we not battling internationally? So here we go. He kind of helped with that. Muhammad helped with that. So I really respect both of them. You need to thank those guys. All right, Heidi, thank you so much. Here we go. Tap Nation says roar. We never asked for uni. We never asked for uni, guys. Why? Because that's just like seeing your name up there and giving the other team the playbook and saying, hey, we threw uni. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to always ask for. Really? Okay. They want me to do a flash goal. Okay. I've never done this. Okay. They want me to do a flash goal. So I need 3 finger hearts in like 15 minutes. We've never done this before, so we're going to see what happens. If not, just ignore it, okay? I don't like it already. I don't like it because I can't freaking see the chat at all. How do I get this off, you guys? I'm going to unpin this because I can't see y'all. I can't see you. All right. I don't like it. I wish somebody... There we go. We don't like that. I can't see my chat. All right, Heidi's like, what? I couldn't see Heidi. All right, here we go. Double click the screen, you guys. We're just gonna do 3 finger hearts up here if we can get them. If we can't, that's okay. All right, just ignore it. I want to try something new. It came up like this big white thing on the bottom, and I was like, you just took up my chat, and I like it. All right, so we don't like it. Hey, Dak. Hey, Dak. Hey, Dak. Dak Attack's here with us. You like it? You think they can? Dak likes Dineys. That's his favorite gift. All right, so, but we like anything with love, guys. I want you guys to follow everybody that I battle. I need you guys to follow them, because you know what? It's really hard to go live. So I want you guys to make sure that we're a following team, and that's how that we're gonna shatter this record. My best friend Lex for Days has the record at the moment for the United States, but I told my team, let's shatter it. Let's get All right, Caitlin, let's go. Margarita Mandy. You sound like fun. You sound like fun, Margarita Mandy. All right, double click, you guys. Eric is in the house. Kimberly's in the house. Female Nation's in the house. And my international love is in the house. Both of them can be very dangerous in very, very quick time. Everybody's a sniping here. Get ready to expand the playbook in the United States. Okay, we're playing Pakistan at the moment. Here we go. Tap Nation has helped you out getting you 9. Everybody that comes in, this is a working team. This team has hit number 1 6 times without a uni. You heard me right. 6 times without a universe. They're pretty proud of that. So, but they've ranked all over the board, so they can rank and hurry. Heidi likes it. Little mama. Let's go to all the mamas. To all the mamas. We're Female Nation for a reason. 98%. 98% female following. The rest is really, really smart men. All right, Heidi. Dana, what's up? All right, new females coming in. Meet Female Nation. They put this team together. We have a page of 27,000, but you know what they told me today? We don't want to go back. I said, okay, well, we'll build this one. They like challenges, so I can probably get into the 27,000. It is up, but they don't want it back. I was like, okay. Anise, how are you? I hope I said your name right. Heidi's with the likes. Woo! They're gonna challenge you, maybe. Y'all always follow who we battle. All right. Thank you so much. The battle, Muhammad, Tiger, Heidi. You're awesome. Come back anytime that you need us. I love Japan in the house, Pakistan. All right, there we go. Gentle Brittany, y'all. That was a name that I just liked. So I battled them. I get a lot of battle requests, and keep them coming in, guys. Keep them flooding. All right. So sometimes, hey, super guy, super fly, fix it guy. If y'all haven't heard, Female Nation is back. So we're back. And today I was having a talk, like we always talk in here. An Xenial chick I think was in here. Lindsay, all you guys. They said, we don't want the page that has 27,000. I said, what do you mean? You guys, we can get into it. We can go back. They said, no, we like this one. So this team is very, very close. And they also talked very seriously today about, sometimes I just run things by 'em and see how the vibe's gonna go. And I was like, I literally talked to them today, and I said, guess what? There's never been a female that's held daily from reset to reset. And they said, let's go. So there you go. I said, so y'all don't want me to go back to the page that has 27,000? They said, no. But this team is also on their 6th page, and every single page that they've had has ranked. The last time, their record of hitting number 1 is 1,200. So they are getting very anxious to get back to the ranks. But I mean, most people would say, yeah, go back to your main. They said, no, don't go back. We like this one. So Female Nation spoken. They like this page. So we're gonna rock with it, right, Heidi? Right, Xenial chick? Y'all ever heard that before? Y'all are making this very interesting and very, y'all know that I'm an introvert. Y'all are gonna make this very watched. I just want you guys to know how uncomfortable this is making me. All right? Not that we could have lots of people. You were like, no, we don't want to go back to the 27,000 page that we can get into. No, we like this one. So, okay. All right, so we're going to keep on this. Peace, love, happiness. Have y'all ever heard that before? This is a team that is that competitive that they said, no, we don't want the 27,000 page back. 27,700 page back. We like this one. So I don't think I've ever heard that. Lucy, Casey, Lynn. But that was kind of the whole female nation, or like lots of females. I don't think anybody disagreed. So y'all, please, thank you for everybody that's sending their battle requests. I really appreciate it. So keep sending them, and eventually I'll get to them. But my main priority is my team, and sometimes I just like to come and chat with them. So like I had probably 17 battle requests, and I was like, hey, there's a person that says I love Japan. We'll battle them, So I'm not biased on who we battle. So make sure that you keep sending your battle requests in. I really appreciate it. Casey Lynn, thank you. So I don't look at the country. I don't look at who it is. I just kind of randomly battle. So that's kind of what our style is in here. We're not biased against anybody. So violated. Why you violated? What happened? Hello, Lucy. Hello, Casey Lynn. So y'all are waiting for Anthony? All right, let me see where he's at. Anthony, are you almost ready? We just went out to dinner, so when you marry your cyber, we were talking about it. Anthony and I were talking about writing a book. So because he's done private security, he's gotten calls from senators and all this stuff, and that's all I can tell you is that you don't, like he said, he can track down anybody. Alvin, Nicole Ryan, so the females feel very, very protected now. Nicole Ryan, how are you? How are you? Part of the female nation in the house. Famous Nicole. All right, Bikini Pearl Company. That sounds like something that my females would be into. We like boss ladies. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something totally different. I'm not working with a agency. No, that's what the females have asked me to not do. But we will be working with sponsors. So that way they can get stuff. Because I just don't see, I don't want to work with an agency that's going to take a cut and they already know how to hit one. So I don't, in their defense, I just don't want them to, I don't want their cut that I throw to them to be cut even more. So Momo did roar. Did you wrong, Nicole? I am good. I'm waiting for Anthony to get out. We had we had a great box party, and then Anthony went in and he was like, he said one of his things. He said, you can I can track down just everybody. So females, when you marry the guy that finds your cyber stalker, there you go. And that's kind of what happened with us. I met him in Memphis. How about that? He wasn't online, but we brought him online. So Nicole, so the females feel pretty safe in here. And as of now, no, we have no bans. We have no fragments. We have a clean account. So that's really, yeah, he's coming. Anthony, are you about ready to come live? I'll ask. He says, I work in the shadows. But and the females are all trying to figure him out. So it's like, hold on a second. Hey, Anthony. Oh my gosh. Anthony. This is crazy. What? Oh my God. He scared me. He wants you to come live. See what I mean? He works in the shadows. It's crazy. I think he's in another room and then he jumps out and scares me. Okay. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Yeah. Come on, Dad.
No, are you gonna go sit somewhere else so you can go live?
Yeah, I'm on. Come on, Dad. Let's go check the mail first.
Okay. All right. So Eddie, all right. So he's gonna go to another location so he can come live and talk to you guys. All right. So yeah, they're ready for you to come live. Don't. It takes like 5 minutes. Let's hurry up. Anthony, so we'll see you in like 5 minutes. I just took Dak out. He does it on his time, so he'll be coming live. He was in the box. I didn't know it was coming. Oh, there he is. He wants you in the box. You had so many people that wanted to talk to you. Oh, and TK wasn't blocked. We don't know what that was about. Unless it was like some fake name that we. Nicole Ryan. I don't know if you guys were here, but he Anthony was like basically he says these things that kind of scare people. He was like, yeah, I can find just about I can find anybody, and what he meant by that is like he's very he's worked in private security. He's in the past week he's had a senator that wants to talk to him, and they like him here in this state. So I didn't know like when I first met him that he was like a genius. I was like, what the crap? And the females were like, we've been working on this, right, Nicole Ryan, for like 4 years, like almost 3 years. He finds out everything in like 30 minutes. It was awesome. And sometimes he'll talk but he listens a lot. That's what he does. He listens a lot, and then when he talks, the app just shakes. Okay, so yeah, we're very very happy, very happy. Hey, we've lasted. Don't tell me that social media can ruin relationships. We've been doing this for over a year. All right, we've been together. So, yes, you can have both. All right. So if you just say, hey, you know what? I know you know me. We're not dealing with the drama, and you're really strong and you're solid. There's no way. I mean, nothing should come in between you guys. If it's true love, nothing. If it's not, it's not meant to be. Because I mean, if they're gonna stop and listen to somebody else, especially when we live together, that's just insane. So I don't get it. I don't get how, like, if you and another thing, we don't go through each other's phones just because we trust each other, but I know that it's right there, that I don't have to, if I wanted to, I could. That's the first step right there. One thing I was worried about is I can't be with somebody that would maybe undownload TikTok. You know what I mean? So he was like trying to get me back on it or whatever. And I was like, he's a keeper. He's a keeper. So our new phone Anthony got for me, so I'm thankful. Buddy, so I mean, but y'all, here's the thing. If they start like, because I've been there, we've all had those relationships, but if they're the ones that are accusing you, red flag, okay? Red flag. You're not doing nothing, and then they want to see your phone, but you can't see their phone, or they're like over here being like, But for me, I was like, please, please, please don't get mad at me and undownload TikTok. So that's the only thing I was. But no, he's been trying to get me on, so we're very, very happy. Big Mama, how are you? Let's see who Buddy is. Buddy. Oh Lord, I think we know who that is, but you want to say hello? With 4 followers, I kind of know. And by the way, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to get this team banned with just like two people doing this. All right, Tracy. I'm just saying when you're trying to ban me, you better have an army. And I don't think one or two people are going to be doing it. All right, Tracy, Iowa. What's up, Iowa? They got crazy weather in Iowa too, don't they? We got crazy weather in Mississippi. Let me see. So, Anthony, I'm still waiting. So, it was crazy. I wasn't expecting Anthony to get in the box, but he did today. So, Daisy, how are you? Debbie, how are you? Debbie's our, fisher woman. Okay, she knows how to fish. And fishing people are very, very competitive, so they know how to play this game. So, I did not play in the boxes earlier. That wasn't like a me thing, but take from it what you will. All right? If you got something out of it, then you guys take it, but I wouldn't harp on anything that was said in the boxes because you guys just I don't know. I didn't know we were having boxes, but if y'all want to share it out, I'll share it out to them. All right. Really? Elon Musk just invited me to battle? Okay. I don't think that Elon Musk just invited me to battle, but hey, I turned Elon Musk down until the real Elon Musk can battle me. All right. So, Christina, Linda, how are you? I am burning up, you guys. So, I'm going to take this off. I think I'm going through, that change in life, you know? Everybody's kind of been there. So, there's a lot of people on TikTok, but Female Nation, this is their team. I'm glad you guys are here. Y'all, there was just I wouldn't call it weird, but there's this thing that happened earlier that I need to address. And I don't really, unless you guys have something to say or whatever, and somebody's hurting. I wasn't planning the boxes earlier, but if they want to get in, Anthony will be on soon. And TK is not blocked, all right? Y'all, thank you so much for your battle request, but right now I want to hang out with my females. They put up a lot of numbers today, so I just want to make sure they're okay. But y'all keep sending them in, because there's going to be a point that I'm gonna get around to all of them. So I know some people are sending us a lot of battle requests, and I really appreciate it. Incipient Gray, I'm a battler on the app, so that's why I thank people that send invites to us to battle, because it's really nice. But sometimes I just kind of want to come on and chill. I don't discriminate against battles. I don't really do scheduled battles, because it's like, if Pretty Boy Ali scheduled a battle, they would have people over there putting 300,000 on his head just to snipe. So, but I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying that usually that is what happens, because my team's ranked a lot in these daily ranks up here, popular, weekly, all that stuff. So, what's up, Candy? I'm so glad Candy got famous today. Again. Not that she's not already famous, but somebody tried to steal Candy's clout. Isn't that horrible? They made a fake account. And Candy has, I know that that's the Candy on the app. Alright, with the roses, with the chilies, she's gonna make it known. Alright, she's gonna make it known. She says, they came in, Candy, and they asked the dumbest question, and then Reddit came to my rescue. They were like, why are you on Reddit? And then Lawyer came in, Ashley Sweet Flamingo was here, Megan came in, everybody. and Lawyer got in the box with Snuggles. Wasn't that awesome? And then they were like, "You haven't been on Reddit in a long time." So yeah, that was cool. They came live. So Rainbow Looms. Yeah, we know the real you. I should have known. It's one of those things that they're running out of names, so they're using female names. But I mean, that's how you know you made it on the app, Candy, is that you have fake accounts about you. I mean, look, LC, fake accounts about LC coming in. LC is a snipe on this app, and she is not gonna have 4 followers or 49. Where is she at? She's been quiet. Did she leave? Alright, Rainbow Looms, thank you so much. Tell them happy Easter. That I'm very glad that the lollipops grew from the jelly beans. Hope that they got the flavor that they wanted. Alright. So, anyways, it's Easter. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be crashing in the bed tonight, right? So, I literally, the show that I'm addicted to, oh my gosh, you guys got to watch this if you haven't. It's called Younger, alright? And literally, I am on, like, I've got ADHD too, so I don't, like, I gotta really get into it, you know? It has Hilary Duff in it. By the way, it's made by MTV. Thank you, Shep. Shep's a producer for MTV, so yeah, I ring for him. But it's got Hilary Duff in it. It's got this woman, and she's like, in her 40s. And she wants to go back to work. Her daughter, she's sent off to college, and nobody wants to hire her because she wants to go into the publishing world, in New York City, and nobody wants to hire her because she's like in her 40s, and so she has to act like she's 26, like 26 or 28, and anyways, she has to fake that she's that old, and she has to go back and dress and do all the things, and it's such a good show. It's called Younger. So make sure, if you need something to binge watch, support your girl Hilary Duff. She did a great job acting in that too. Sarah Grace, have y'all seen Younger? It's on Netflix. It's awesome. So, yeah, that just shows you that 40-year-old women have it going on, right? It's so good. Oh my gosh, I'm addicted. Like, I'm like in the middle of season 3. And I just started it like last week. So I'm really love it. Yeah, 40 is the new 30. That just means if you can, you know what? I was like, she actually plays that role perfectly. Because, like, I catch myself and I'm like, being like, she's 20-something years old. And the woman in the movie, and then it goes through, like, things that 40-year-old women go through, like, but she's having to play like she's, like, in her 20s. And, so, yeah, so if you can relate, I can totally relate to that. And I was like, that movie makes me feel so good because I'm like, 40-year-old women have it going on. So if you're in your 30s or 40s, let's freaking go. But yeah, Hilary Duff, you did great. You did so good in the show. So, she still looks great. Hilary Duff still looks amazing, doesn't she? Y'all seen her? She looks awesome. Anybody watch High School Musical with Vanessa Hudgens? So, she had a baby. She had a baby. So, I was really excited. And some of you are going to be really happy to hear this. Austin Butler, who played Elvis, is single. All right, so you guys, there are videos of women celebrating this, and me have a baby. No, I'm a fur baby mom. I'll be the TikTok mom, I guess, for everybody that wants to come in. And then I'm just ready for females to get up, and if I do anything, the next move I'll make is into politics. So Next move, I want to make Wiku in the White House. Why not? Broke girl in the White House getting stuff done. Kind of thinking about it. Because I was like, I'm like, so they need more women in the White House, so I'm about peace. I really don't want to throw fire or anything on anybody. I really just want to get stuff done. And I really want women to have paid maternity leave. I really want cyberbullying to be like a big issue that's discussed and fixed. So, not everything. Not everything. I feel like, I feel like, yes, he's being a strong leader, but I feel that being kind to people is not a weakness. And right now, the world is needing kindness and love. And I feel as if the Democrats and Republicans are equally to blame for just starting kind of a tiff for Taft. And I don't like how we can't be arguing so much in our government and expect things to get done. Because it's not good for Republicans, it's not good for Democrats, and it's teaching the world to fight when I think that this world needs love. Yeah, a little unlawful. There is a man now. I'm that this one you can't that does get to my heart. There's a man that's been in the United States for 30 years. Has 8 children, beautiful, beautiful family. He went in for a traffic violation in the state of Mississippi. He owns his own construction company. He's not affiliated with the gangs or anything like that. And now he's going to be deported. So my thing is, how can we go from the Titanic with immigrants coming to this country, if we think about it, and where did we just say, sorry, not you? Sorry, not you. Not you. Like, first of all, thing that wasn't discussed, but a female would have done it. A female would have done this. I want to go in there like a bowling ball and just tell these suits to shut up. That's what I want to do. I want to go into the Democrats and Republicans and be like, stop it. Like a bowling ball. But here's the thing. If you look at the Titanic, we're just celebrating immigrants and going to Ellis Island, which I've been to in New York City. And there's names of immigrants that came to this country. And all of a sudden, we're saying, sorry, not you. Not you. Not you. And that, to me, they're not telling you something. You know how hard it is to get citizenship in the United States? Some of you do. It is. I know, I'm not going to call them out. I know a couple that works hard and has been trying to get U.S. citizenship for almost 20 years. It is very, very expensive. And it is very difficult. And so my thing is, when people are safe to come to this country legally, you need to have a way for people that want the American dream to do that in a more 20 years. This couple has been trying so hard to get citizenship. I know, and I know them personally. I'll never call them out. But they have a family in this country. They have worked hard, and they cannot get U.S. citizenship in this country. So my thing and my question to Congress is, you're so quick to deport people in this country. Some of them need to be out, okay? But some of them that have worked for 20 to 30 years and have tried to get citizenship, why are we making it so hard and so expensive? There has to be a balance, and that is what this country is not doing. So Nicole, yeah, that is crazy. So they don't tell you that. They don't tell you how hard it is to become a United States citizen. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that it's, so expensive. And literally such a process to become a United States citizen. So there are people in this country that literally I am scratching my head for one reason, and that is they have a traffic violation. So do I. And they're getting deported. So, do I believe that some people that come into this country that have done things, but I also know Americans that have also done the similar crimes and similar things. So I would tell Congress, that's fine if you want people to come here legally. Fine. But why are we making it so difficult and so expensive for that to happen? It is such a long and tedious process, and it's not a process. If you are a USA citizen and have gone through the process, it takes years. Years. If I'm wrong, oh gosh, she's back. She's back, y'all. Sorry, Reddit, you'll love that. There's people in this world, just we have to pray for. So my team is not, they're very, very smart. And Reddit came to my rescue earlier. Do we have any Reddit in here? They don't really say a whole lot, but they came live and called that person out. I don't know what that person's obsession with me is, but they can't affect me anymore. Alright, when you come live, unfortunately, if you're women, come get me, come get one of my team. We've already seen this for 4 years, so we kind of know. And Reddit, thank you for coming live. They normally don't. Then Reddit normally doesn't come live. Reddit's an app, San Francisco app, and they come over and they cover us and everything. And they were here at a heartbeat. So they pointed out some things today, and I'm really proud of them. They say we don't come live, and I said I know. I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you. So Reddit is kind of like they follow the ranked influencers. They follow not just ranked. They go in and out of a lot of lives. So just kind of they write, and they have discords and things like that. So they also try to keep people safe. So if you maybe you like to write, maybe you guys want to check it out. I would not say to Google yourself. All right, slinging wood. I hope you tap the screen. If not, I would think that you're a predator. All right, NC Mama, how are you? We're not here to catch a predator. Nope. So how is everybody? Deb, thank you for being here. Y'all, I really didn't plan the whole box thing earlier. Let me see if Anthony's coming live. Anthony! Y'all, let me see if he's coming live. Because I know a lot of people want to ask him. Let me see. What are you doing?
Watching a movie.
Watching a movie? Alright. You want me to come watch a movie?
No, you're fine.
No, that's not what I asked. What are you watching? Oh, God. Hey.
Hey, beautiful.
How was your day?
Long.
Oh, my God, he's watching something right. I was like, Zombies.
Not zombies.
Not zombies. Missed you.
Yes, you too, beautiful.
So, God, what are they talking about? Oh, look at this.
Very similar to the one seen.
You wanna watch it?
Kane discovers a fossilized engineer in biosuit and a few
It's
dozen
not a movie.
eggs in the cargo. Kane explores the eggs and a facehugger attaches
That is not a movie. That's not a movie. It's a documentary. Country girl, how are you? Wanna watch it? Turn it up. We'll watch it with you.
No, just catching up on some stuff that I missed.
Well, here, we'll watch it.
Hadley's Hope settlement as a terraformer.
Being a girlfriend right now, being a fiance.
June the 12th, 2179. Ripley returns to Earth and then
Turn it up. We can't hear it.
It's just telling the story of engineers, predators, and aliens.
Oh, okay.
Loses contact with a terraforming colony. They discover that xenomorphs have overrun the colony and encounter an alien.
Keep turning it up. I can't hear it. I'm
Higgs and
deaf.
a young girl, Rebecca Jordan, are the only
I need to go watch a movie anyways. I'm gonna buy.
What are we gonna watch? Happy Easter.
Ripley fights and kills
Happy
the
Easter.
Xenomorph queen. Then,
We went out to eat, and now we're watching something about predators and aliens. Look at this.
I don't know what this is.
He begins to weave a mat.
Oh my God, what was that?
Begins to weave a mat of sticky silk.
This is what's on Anthony's phone.
Dry, they tighten and lock him.
Look at
inside
this.
the leaf.
Hold on, I'll flip the screen for you guys. That would be better, huh?
He said, there's not a lot of
How
bright
about
fellas
flip
in
it?
Range Red.
Hold on. That would be better, huh?
He said, there's not a lot of
How
bright
about
fellas
flip
in
it?
Range Red.
Hold on. There we go. There we go. Look at that. What's that guy gonna do? He missed the whole freaking thing.
No, I didn't. He cut him.
Okay. You wanna pick out a movie for us to watch?
Worst engines ever made.
So here's how it works. Let me get a pair of twins.
Now, this
They're
is
born the same
one of
time,
my
they're the same age.
best
And now one of
idols.
them I will send off.
Your idols?
Yep. He's
The
an
other I'll keep down
astrophysicist.
here on Earth.
Okay.
Turns out,
Turn it up.
already sent. His clock ticks 44.
Unbelievable.
So here's how it works. Let me
Okay.
get a pair of twins. They're
Turn up
born the
just a
same
little bit
time,
more.
They're the same age. And now one of them I will send off at 90% the speed of light. And the other I'll keep down here on Earth. Turns out, this twin that I've already sent, his clock ticks 44% as fast as this twin's clock. So, this twin
We're
is
watching this
aging
with
more
Anthony,
slowly
guys.
than this one. How about 99.9%? We're getting closer and closer to the speed of light itself. And at that speed, the clock ticks only 4.5% as fast. So, what does this mean? Tell you what it means. This twin that traveled for 5 years and comes back, if they went at 99.9% the speed of light, after 5 years, they're 5 years older. We have aged 110 years. But here's how it works. Let me get a pair of twins. They're born the same time,
Yep.
they're the same age. And now
I've been
one of
studying
them-
astrophysics and calculus for the past 3 years.
Edge cutter is an app.
The 3 fastest missiles in the world that are nearly impossible to stop.
Ellos realmente te
Well, since you doubled...
This is what you'd look like.
You're a fan of zombie apocalypse and
Hey.
He had
nails driven through their hats and into their skulls. And he did this after they refused to take them off in his home. He also liked to impale his enemies, leaving thousands of rotting corpses as a...
That's, you know who that is, don't you? That is, Dracula.
Why was Gila only interested in the... Will we ever be able
No, that was Dracula?
Yeah, he actually existed. That's
You
who-
love Dracula.
Can Sentinels actually defeat Apocalypse?
This guy keeps leveling up even without training.
An Alien versus Predator.
Did you watch that already?
They saw strange footprints in the
think
snow
that'll-
leading to their house, but they didn't see any leaving, meaning the person was still inside. Their keys went missing. They heard footsteps in the
Yeah, they're
attic.
watching it.
Then, one by
I'm looking at
one,
something.
they were lured to the barn and
Here,
killed.
turn it up
the
just a little
piglets.
bit.
The murderer
Like,
went inside
you have to remember, they
and killed
can't
the
hear
rest
it.
of the family. But the investigators found something shocking. After the murders, the killer stayed at the house for days, feeding the livestock and even cooking meals. Despite several investigations, no one was ever caught, and this case still remains unsolved. They saw...
This is the biggest difference between an F1 driver and a MotoGP rider. This F1 driver locks up and risks his race to avoid endangering the lives of the seagulls he sees. And this is what a MotoGP rider does in the same situation. This is the
Bill level revenge. At his son who falls.
Oh, we both follow him.
Let's be real, you probably...
Son, you know what's gonna happen if you shoot someone in your home in the leg and they live?
This is what the atheists who are arguing that I was using Godspeed as a
Neil
phrase.
deGrasse
They all
Tyson.
have used the phrase goodbye.
Yeah,
haven't they? See you
you
later,
like
goodbye.
him.
Where does that word come from? It's from God be with you. It's a contraction of those three words. And why would you say this? You would say this to someone leaving the city wall where it's dangerous. God be with you. The atheists who are arguing that I was using Godspeed as a phrase.
Why do F1 tires look like this after the race? Because you might think it's due to tire wear during the race, but that's not the reason. However, there's a strategic move behind it. After a race, both the car and driver must meet a minimum weight requirement. Throughout the race, cars burn fuel and drivers lose weight due to intense heat, potentially bringing them close to the minimum weight limit. But here's where it gets really interesting. To compensate for this weight loss,
Letting y'all
drivers
look
intentionally
into
drive
a
over the parts of the
cyberphone.
track covered in rubber debris, known as marbles, to pick up extra rubber on their hot tires. This added rubber slightly increases the car's weight, helping ensure it meets the post-race weight regulations.
Kraken, a beast of the deep, born from the darkest legend.
This is one way to outsmart the cops. The cops are waiting on me at the exit. There's only one way out of this. What is that, Chuck?
What, is he drunk or something? What did he do?
They can't pull me over if my car's on the back of the tow truck.
Okay, that's smart.
So we're going to put the car on the tow truck to get it out of here and not get arrested. Because they've all but confirmed they're waiting to arrest
Is that allowed?
The cops were sitting there telling me that they were waiting on the black Corvette. There was gunshots.
Okay, it all makes sense.
We're calling about it. That's who they're arresting for disturbance. They're not going to have any luck with that.
I mean, that's smart. You got enough money, you can get away with anything, I guess. Right? Or you got a friend with a tow truck. Did he damage the car, or?
Your first meeting roads. They're getting inbounded.
I want you to look over towards the dark side of the Earth. It should be cresting the horizon about 15 degrees east of the starboard PV rays. There it is. We're getting your feet, Sat-1. Go in, Houston. Are you getting this?
Copy that, ISS. Video feed from Sat-1 is clear. Sat-1, keep tracking the bogey. We're looking into it. Stand by.
That's the difference, guys. The difference between an Apple phone and a Samsung Galaxy phone. Look at this quality, guys. There's like no comparison whatsoever.
Why does Darth Vader fight with only
The
one
Samsung
hand?
Galaxy, the clearness of it
And this is the piston of a diesel engine.
is like
the difference in design
beats
comes
the
from the
apples
way
out.
these engines burn fuel.
Sometimes the deadliest monsters are the quietest ones. Trudon, only 2 meters tall, but the smart. Say.
Why did Bolo Young disappear from Act?
One reason why we should go into space is because you know the dinosaurs would have if they could have. 65 million years ago, right here, the Yucatan Peninsula, a rock the size of Mount Everest slammed into Earth, and it changed the climate of the world, rendering 70% of all species extinct. And the dinosaurs don't have opposable thumbs. They didn't have a space program. I'm thinking if they did, they would have deflected that asteroid. Every now and then in my Twitter stream, I just imagine a conversation with an alien. So I so want to meet the aliens. I don't want to be the laughing stock among the galaxy's aliens. To be a species intelligent enough to have a space program, to have actually gone into space, yet to go extinct because an asteroid came and we couldn't mobilize and figure out how to deflect it. We'd be the laughing stock of species in the galaxy, the extinct humans. One reason why
This is the Cybertruck, and it's got some pretty weird features, like the world's largest windshield wiper, or the fact that it has buttons instead of door handles. But what are the most useful features? When
you plug your phone up to charge in it,
Eminem, you're among my very first contract.
Why didn't that thing
This is like the difference between the quality of the Samsung Galaxy phone and then the Apple phone. We do not use Apple.
A brand new DOJ task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias, and there is anti-Christian. You don't hear about that very much, but there is anti-Christian bias. We're stopping the radical indoctrination in our schools and supporting school choice, and we're going to be moving our education department and various education
Trump's on TikTok, guys.
states where they belong. I proudly created the White
bottle flips.
As you know, I might be most famous in movie commenting for the final scene in Titanic. We know where the Titanic sank, the longitude, the latitude. We know what time of day. So the point of view of Rose, as she's looking up deliriously to the sky, there's only one sky she should have seen, and it was the wrong sky. Not only that, the left side of the sky was a mirror reflection of the right side of the sky.
Did you call James
So it was
Cameron?
lazy. I called it no reply. It was back in
Can he fix that
1996.
shit?
I saw it when it first came out. I noticed instantly. 5 years later, I bump into him at a meeting. I brought it up to him, and he says, well, at the time, I was not overseeing post-production, and that's when we added that. So then 5 years after that, I brought it up again when I bumped into him. And then he said, you know, last I checked, Titanic has earned more than $1 billion worldwide. Imagine how much more it would have earned if I'd gotten the sky correct. So that was, okay, I have nothing more I can say here because he's right. As you know, I might be most famous in movie commenting for the final scene in Titanic. We know
Your
where
phone
the Titanic
clears
sank,
up the
longitude,
quality of my
latitude. We
phone.
know what time of day. So the point of view of Rose, as she's looking up
in some
deliriously to the
aspects.
sky.
Instead of
So, like, I'm recording a Samsung Galaxy. Hold on. I'm recording a Samsung Galaxy phone from a Samsung Galaxy phone.
Swimming in the water.
And
mass does it have? It's wide.
they're not Apple phones. So you're gonna get the quality like this from a Samsung Galaxy phone.
The whale is the
So
biggest.
this should be the phone
This
of...
it all just depends on what someone else is using.
Look at this piston that came out of this motor. This motor
Alright,
went
so
down.
the phones that we use
hot.
are
It
from
swelled
Samsung
up.
Galaxy.
Why did it get hot? Look at the oil squirter that was squirting on that piston. I'm about to remove
Some common man can't even say.
part of some gasket. You see it? So too much silicone brought this motor down. That was such a rich find to be able to show you how important it is not to overdo your silicone.
Why do F1
Megan,
drivers
I'm gonna let Anthony
If you've ever
bring
driven
us
a normal
the
car in the
entertainment.
sim or on the track, you'll know the sensation.
The phones that we use are Samsung Galaxy. We don't use Apple anymore, not because of the quality of the phones. They're a lot better.
We're really doing this, huh?
We're doing it.
So Anthony is going to entertain you guys.
Craftsmen accomplished what initially seemed impossible. Just look, they
I'm
decided to
recording his
God is
Samsung
not mentioned in
Galaxy
the
from
Constitution.
mine.
Itself a controversial thing in its day, by the way. Actually, God is
Thank
mentioned,
you,
but in a very
Megan.
insignificant way. The Constitution is a God-free document, and because it's a God-free document, it protects your expression of religious faith.
So y'all are
That means
actually
the
in
government has no
Anthony's
say
phone.
in who and what you believe or why. If the Constitution mentioned God and Jesus, well, there it is. There's Christianity built into the fabric of the country. And if you want to be some other religion, you're going to have a hard time because we can set laws against it. This is why so many religiously persecuted people came to the United States, to escape their country where they could not practice their religion a little differently or a lot differently from what was going on in their homeland. God is not mentioned in the Constitution.
Y'all know that?
So
God is not mentioned in the
from an
Constitution.
asteroid called Bennu. This is an asteroid whose orbit crosses Earth's orbit. And any asteroid that crosses Earth's orbit will one day collide with Earth. It's just a matter of when. Asteroid Bennu, it will cross Earth's orbit, and we think it could hit us with a 1 in about 3,000 probability in 2182.
That's not far.
Okay, and the asteroid's about the size of the Empire State Building. No, it won't render us extinct, but wherever it hit would be really bad. But 160 years, that's plenty of time to find Bruce Willis.
Exactly.
No.
Get him up there.
Okay,
No, there's no way to protect us from that?
No. That's... No. No.
Why don't you shoot at it?
No, there's no plans right now to deflect anything. We are sitting ducks. And you know the dinosaurs, had they had a space program, they'd still be here. Okay, so we just...
63 high, coming in on target.
$78 a month.
Sir, you can't have the right.
Welcome in. We're going through Anthony's phone. He's going to make the entertainment tonight.
Check out how massive this propeller is. It's got a diameter of 10 meters and weighs a whopping 80 tons. It looks all golden and shiny, but it's not actually made of pure
completely
copper. It's crafted from a copper iron nickel alloy. This type of propeller has high strength, excellent wear resistance, and strong corrosion resistance, which is why pretty much every ship uses this kind of propeller. Now, do you have any idea how much just one of these beasts is worth?
A man found an old cross buried in the woods, took it home. That night,
I just found out that there's a fish that exists that has more weapons than man. Meet the Stargazer. First off, they camouflage themselves in the sand because they're ambush hunters. Not to mention, they have a fake worm attached to their mouth as bait. It lures fish in straight to their mouth. That's not fair. On top of that, since they camouflage themselves in the sand, they often get stepped on, which is a huge problem considering they also have venomous spines running down their back. And a sting by one of them is said to be one of the worst in the animal kingdom. And if all of that isn't enough, they can also wield the powers of electricity. Like an electric eel, they can electrocute their prey with enough power to send them straight to fishy heaven. So we have an electrical, venomous ambush predator with built-in bait. I don't like the ocean.
Have you noticed your Android phone getting slower over... Did we get Hitler, or did he escape? Well, he died, for sure. Now, did he die in April in 1945 in the bunker?
We're watching Anthony's phone.
Live a few more years. We know his health was deteriораting rapidly at the end of the war. Regardless of if he got out, we know
Adolf Hitler developed methamphetamine.
Life. As you know, like as you hunt people, every person has a fingerprint. And no matter where they go in the world, that fingerprint is how they live. Like, if you want to find me, you're going to find me in jiu-jitsu gyms, you're going to find me in good coffee shops, you're going to find me in cold water, you're going to find me at shooting ranges. So as we figured out the pattern of life of these Nazis, 2 through 10 escaped. The Joseph Mengeles, the Skorzynskis, the Adolf Eichmanns, those guys got out. All these guys got out. But Hitler then didn't and was left there to die. We know for a fact all of the escape routes that they had practiced were ultimately used by high-ranking Nazis. Could it have been Hitler? Absolutely. Did we find the smoking gun of here is his body, here is his skull, here is the DNA proof? No, we did not.
Interesting.
Yeah,
you believe in conspiracy theories?
Hitler, or did he escape?
In 1986, strange things began happening in a seemingly normal home. The TV turned on by itself. Food disappeared. Items were moved. They even heard footsteps when they were alone, convinced the house was haunted. One day, they heard strange knocking from inside the walls and saw doors slam shut on their own. And then, messages began appearing on the walls.
Marry me. I'm still here. Find me.
The terrified family finally called the police. That's when they found a boy hidden inside the walls of the house. Daniel LaPlante. For nearly 2 months,
is that for real?
Home watching them, feeding off their fear. Less than a year later, he broke into another home and murdered a pregnant woman and her 2 children. In 1988, Daniel LaPlante was sentenced to 3 life terms. Could someone be hiding inside your house right now? The world is full of strange and terrifying stories. In 1986,
even if you got to the speed of
light,
love
this
guy. The galaxy,
whoever this guy is,
I reckon it'll take you 100,000 years.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But we who sent you will see you take 100,000 of our years.
Yeah.
So you come back, we would have all long forgotten about you. That's if civilization is still here. So none of these drives solve the interstellar travel problem relative to a human lifespan. So what we really need is wormholes. You open a door here, and on the other side of the door, on the back side, you we're in another part of the galaxy. By the way, there's a movie called Monsters, Inc. So these are monsters that work at a factory whose sole job in life is to scare little children. This factory makes doors. They open the door and go through it, and it is the door of a child's closet to then scare the child. And then they go back through the door, and they're back at the factory. That's a wormhole. Even if you...
The most underrated feature of the new Samsung Galaxy S25 phones has got to be this.
That's our phone, right?
But I'll circle around it. It auto selects.
That's the phone that we have, guys.
That's actually crazy. I've been trying the generative edit feature on a bunch of different photos, and it keeps nailing it every time. Now you can try out that feature and get this phone with a little secret life hack I'm about to tell you. So Boost Mobile has something called the Infinite.
Did you know that Prey is set in 1719? Making it the earliest chronological installment in the Predator franchise?
Most people forget that there is a hidden town in Florida where the cost of living is so low, it feels like a cheat code for life. Welcome to Palatka, a place where you can buy a house for less than what some people spend on a car. This isn't a boring place in the middle of nowhere. Palatka is located along the St. Johns River, surrounded by lush parks and crystal clear springs. Compared to other major cities in Florida like Miami or Orlando, the cost of housing, food, and living in Palatka is much cheaper, making it an ideal place if you're looking for a peaceful and affordable lifestyle. There is a very famous place here called Ravine Gardens, a stunning park that creates a picture-perfect landscape. So why is it so cheap? Because Palatka is a small-town community, the demand for housing and land is low. There aren't many large industries or bustling commercial areas. Tourism is limited compared to more famous destinations. The lifestyle is slow-paced and less competitive, and partly due to its geographical location. Are you living here? Most people...
The U.S. Army is being deployed on its own soil. The Trump administration is bringing out all the hardware. We're talking about battle-hardened troops, special forces, spy planes, armored drones. Donald Trump has issued strict orders. Only the army will control the southern border. Do you know how many troops we're talking about? More than 10,000. This includes 7,000 Marines. These are soldiers who once fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. They are now controlling America's southern border. 1,000 Marines. These are soldiers who once fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. They are now controlling America's southern border.
Clear up for India.
Born with the Stryker armored vehicles.
The Marines are not the army.
And more are on the way.
The army is not the Marines.
Like striking and surveillance. They can detect a mouse from a mile away. Basically, these are vehicles and troops meant for Trump
replay that. She said
the U.S. Army is being deployed.
The U.S. Army is being deployed. Did y'all hear this? India just said the U.S. Army is being deployed.
That just looks like a regular
Trump is sending 10,000 troops to the border. But then she said, how many Marines? 7,000 Marines. Okay, Marines are not the Army.
There are three kinds
Army's not the Marines.
There's something called an objective truth. An objective truth is something that is true, whether or not you believe in it.
You're
the
no
methods
evil,
and tools of science are uniquely conceived to seek out and establish objective truths. When you have generally the same results emerging, that is a newly discovered objective truth about the natural world. Then you have personal truths. These are truths that you hold dearly. Jesus is your savior. No one is going to take that from you, not in a free country where freedom of expression and speech and religion is protected. The problem here is you can't convince someone else of your personal truth without some act of persuasion and, in the limit, an act of violence. Third truth is a political truth. Political truth is something that is true because it has been incessantly repeated, and then you just believe it at that point. What? Okay, what's Hillary Clinton's first name? It's Crooked. But the point is, if you keep saying that the New York Times is fake news, eventually people believe it. There are three kinds of truth.
Why do people forget about this? The eruption of Mount Krakatoa in 1883 was one of the most powerful ever recorded on Earth. Its sound
Anthony had a lot to say earlier. He's being quiet right now.
Volcanic ash spread across the
globe. Why are you being so quiet, babe?
Been embarrassed like we've never seen before. The Houthis in Yemen have fought.
I'm not going to twist people's arms. Let me just put it out
You're
there.
being
Here's what
so
we got to do.
quiet.
Budget. Right now it's a half a penny on a dollar. Double it to a penny. That's all I'm going to say.
You're learning.
And here's what you do. I don't want to be driven by one destination or another. I don't want to say, our next thing we're going to do in space, we're going to go to Mars. Excuse me, how about all the rest of space? Let's create a suite of launch vehicles. One configuration will get you to the moon. Another will get you to Mars. Maybe there's an asteroid headed our way. We want to do something about that. We got another special configuration of rockets that'll get us there.
Filming my Beyonce's phone.
Prison on a remote island where a mafia boss is sent to rot.
US President Donald Trump is backing down. His tariff war is unraveling, forcing him to retreat. The US has announced yet another exemption, and this time it is China that is getting relief. Chinese exports to the United States face a 145% tariff, but now a range of Chinese electronics are off the hook. The US president says no one
What
can
about our
escape
medicines?
Let me quote, "There was no exception. Nobody is getting off the hook." So Trump and his team are going out of their way to convince everyone that this is not a retreat. It is more like a reshuffle. That their policy direction remains the same, but it's amply clear what this move is about. The US is taking a strategic timeout. Because Trump's tariffs shuffle. That their policy direction remains the same, but it's amply clear what this move is about. The US is taking a strategic timeout. Because Trump's tariffs crash clear what this move is about. The US is taking a strategic timeout. Because Trump's tariffs crashed the markets. They caused losses worth trillions of dollars. Wall Street was up in arms. CEOs were predicting a recession and investors were losing money. It took all of 8 days for Trump to shift course. The White House has tried to spin it as smart and strategic, but the world is not buying this spiel.
For the first time in a century, we actually have an economic competitor.
What is your favorite fact about the universe?
I am astonished every day I wake up that the universe is knowable. Even on the small scales that the nuts that we've cracked for it, that it's knowable at all. We can rise to consciousness and pose questions about our origin. It's been suggested that we are a way for the universe.
So this is Samsung Galaxy phone recording my Beyonce's Samsung Galaxy phone.
Who said it had to be that way? That we measure laws on Earth and they are the same as they are in the heavens. It enables my profession in the first place. But I'll end with this thought, that as the area of our knowledge grows, so too does the perimeter of our ignorance. So this might be a never-ending journey.
So the more we know, the more stupid we get. Is that the bottom line?
You got to say it more poetically than that. Just put it out there like that. People say, I don't want weapons. And
Zelensky's mission was quite clear.
Oh,
Sign the
gosh.
minerals deal, praise Donald Trump in public, make his case in private, and then fly to London. But as you may have seen, that's not what happened. And Zelensky did not help his case. He let his emotions get the better of him. Ukraine is just a small part of fly to London. But as you may have seen, that's not what happened. And Zelensky did not help his case. He let his emotions get the better of him. Ukraine is just a small part of Donald Trump's agenda, but it's not the...
So,
Many people would be surprised. Owning a crow as a pet? Completely illegal across all states in the US. Even if you wanted to, there's no permit that allows private ownership. And before you ask, what about zoos? Well, technically, even they aren't supposed to have them. But authorities have bigger issues to handle, so it's not exactly their top priority. Now, you might be wondering, why such a strict rule on crows? Here's the deal. These birds are incredibly intelligent, with problem-solving skills comparable to a 7-year-old child.
Oh my
That
god.
intelligence can be misused. There have been numerous cases where people have trained crows to steal cash just by offering food in return. Some even hang around ATMs, snatching bills right out of people's hands before flying back for their reward. And it doesn't stop there. There's a story from 2011 where inmates managed to teach a crow to smuggle contraband into prison, including a knife. They simply kept feeding it, and each time the bird brought back something sharper.
Owning a crow as a pet 50 Cent gives the perfect answer.
Is it possible to exceed the speed of light? And the answer is yes. Now,
sorry, just for a moment, sir. I mean, I thought Albert Einstein's theory of relativity made it absolutely impossible to exceed the speed of light.
people forget that Einstein had two theories, not one theory of relativity. The first theory says yes, Einstein is the cop on the block. You cannot go faster than the speed of light. That's the special theory of relativity. But later, he created a more powerful general theory of relativity that showed that space itself is like a fabric that can be stretched and perhaps even ripped. And if you could rip the fabric of space and time, then we're now talking about hyperdrive technologies. Is it possible to exceed the
Jesus
died at 33
What did you dislike? Did you mean to like
We
it?
remember a plane would fly
I
overhead
did
in
like
a city and you'd have to halt your conversation until it finished.
What happened?
Engines got quieter and quieter, which enabled people to build real estate closer and closer to airports. But it didn't happen overnight. It was slow and steady.
I forgot that you had to stop talking when
Oh,
planes
I
were
remember it.
flying
In
by.
fact, Shea Stadium in New York City, near LaGuardia Airport, the announcers had to stop anytime a plane flew overhead.
That's crazy.
And when the Mets were in the World Series in 1969, Mayor Lindsay redirected airport traffic to not fly over the World Series games.
I completely forgot how loud planes used to be.
Correct. Next time you're at a runway, when it's landing, it's much noisier taking off because it's got to gain altitude. But coming down, most of that sound is glider noise. And evidence of this is the moment they deploy the landing gear. Next time you're in an airplane, when they say we are clear for landing, listen to the ambient sound of the plane. Then listen to the sound after they deploy the landing gear. It's 3 times as loud because of the sound of the air going around something that's not aerodynamic. We remember.
China's retaliatory tariffs will hurt U.S. farmers who sell products to China that they can't sell elsewhere, including chicken feet, which means those chickens will now have to sell their feet on OnlyFans.
iPhones were manufactured in the U.S., they could cost up to $3,500, which is a lot, but remember, your kids would get an employee discount. The U.S. Education Department has launched a website in which students can report public school teachers who violate anti-DEI rules. So remember, teachers, you got to sleep with the white ones, too. A group of online sleuths are trying to track down an individual who has been pelting Chicago residents with raw eggs. So good news, Chicago may finally be running out of bullets.
Michael.
Oh, come on.
This is what makes Toyota reliable.
We had a friend that worked at theaters, and this is back when like minimum wage, it was like $3.95. He was like, well, it's really like $25 an hour. He said everything's done by inventory. You get a stack of cups. You get 50 cups. You get 50 popcorns. So when you're done, then they just, boom, okay, we know we just sold 50. That's how they do it. It's just inventory on the actual items you're selling. He said, so what we do is whoever goes and grabs the garbage to take it out, pulls out all the used cups and all the used containers for popcorn containers, is when we stack them up and then we wash them out. And whenever somebody comes in, and if they give you exact change, like, okay, it comes to $20, is when they pull out cash, because we're like, jackpot. You take the 20, you reach under, you grab one of the used ones, you give them the popcorn, you get the 2 sodas, and you give it to them, and they leave, and you pocket $20. We had a...
wait.
Look.
Did you just invade Sudan? And you're playing as the Congo? That's a
Yeah,
horrible
banned.
idea. Like, look at all these resources. They've got gas, oil,
There's nothing to
iron,
ban
and
my
what do you have?
account.
Wood and wheat? They're gonna crush
Somebody
you.
just banned you?
No, they tried.
Let's see if here's why the Germans used gasoline engines.
There's
in
no
their
restriction.
tanks, while the Soviet Union used diesel engines.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. There's no
I
restriction.
showed up in the Amazon. I was like, so where are the anacondas at? And they were like, oh, no, it's not like that. They're like, it's you.
I'll make it Reddit in here in a sec.
The speed of light is the fastest in the universe,
I like this
but I
guy
want you
too.
to really understand what that means.
Yeah.
The speed of light is about 300,000
That
kilometers
was
per
the
second
quickest
in a vacuum.
yes ever. Like V, that was the
means that if
quickest
you were traveling at that
turnaround ever. They tried to ban my account, or not even Reddit. Reddit didn't do it, and then I just said I don't agree with it, and they just gave it back.
Or even get to Mars in just 3 minutes. Even though it's about 55 million kilometers away, if you wanted to go to the sun, it would take about 8 minutes. Or for example, to Jupiter, it would
Like,
take about 30
maybe y'all should see what I watched. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
For that journey,
I gotta end the live for a sec.